my friends, this is Marta from Drop of Sunshine and welcome at my studio. I recently posted the video of the wedding card and I've received so much positive feedback from you, so many nice comments and questions. And also many of you have said that you love my card and you really enjoy it, but it was so built up that you are not sure yourself if you would be able to do such a card as well, like to create it. So I just thought I have a few minutes, maybe a little bit more than a few minutes, but my boys are on a walk before the dinner time, so I just thought I will jump in and quickly create the video. But then reading your comments, I've decided I want to do a little chit chat with you about building the composition. So I thought it will be something it could be interest for you, and maybe well, you've been creating a cards for a long time, so you know how to build up the composition. But maybe there's some of you who just starting your card making journey, and I thought it will be something could be interested for you. We're gonna be starting from the 6x6 card. I will switch to a bigger size card later on, but I just want to show you that when you start, it's easier to make a composition on a smaller card, and then we could take it larger and larger, because if you start from the big card, I'll show you 8x8 card, it's much harder to fill the whole card to make it like this wow effect. So if you're just starting and you don't have many supplies, I really this is what I did. I was starting from a smaller, even smaller, because my first favorite card, it was A6 size, then I switched to 6x6, then I was doing A5 size, and then I'm just doing 8x8 cards now. I mean, I'm still doing all various sizes, it's just the 8x8 is my forever favorite now. And a few years back, I don't know, 7-8 years back, when I just started and I didn't have many supplies as well, I would find it very hard to work on a bigger size card because I couldn't feel it, and it was just looking empty for me. So I'm just gonna start from 6x6 card base. It's just a plain card base I prepare myself, and for my card I will be choosing a few design papers. I have the paper pad. I'll just quickly show you. This is a Spring Morning Dreams pad from the Craft O'Clock company, and these papers are absolutely lovely. They're such a subtle, nice colors, and they're absolutely amazing. And whichever 2 or 3 papers you will grab together, they will go well together. They're so well composed that everything is matching everything. And if you just try to do matting and layering, whatever card you do from the set, it will go well. So for my today's card, I've chose few, actually 2 of them. I've chosen this one and that one, and I wanted to have something dark to back it up. There is another card here which I could use, but I really love that wooden pattern, so I decided to save it, and I reached for another dark color card. The other one, I'll just quickly show you. This one comes from the basic paper set. Beside the normal paper pad, they also have those basic paper sets, which are very subtle, and they're really great use for the background. So I choose the darkest one from this set, and this one, the first one, I just trimmed tiny bit on all 4 sides, because I didn't want to chop from one side, because I want to keep those flower embellishment as much as I could. So I just trimmed hair inch from each side rather than chop a bigger bit from one side. So I just chop it all around, and I have a nice frame. Now, one thing I want to tell you about the composition: when majority of the people start, they just glue a piece of the paper on a card, then they add this a die cut shape, and voila, the card is made. And I have a few flowers. You could use the stamps or a foam flowers, whatever flowers you have to embellish it, and the card is done. The card is lovely and it's nothing wrong with the card. It's looking nice as well, and I'm sure that if you will prepare this kind of card for a recipient, they will be delighted because they know this is a work of your heart, of your hands, and it's lovely. But today goal for my video is to show you how you can build up from the simple composition to something more advanced. So the first step will be naturally to have the frame. If you add the frame, it always add additional interest to your card. And have a look, the card already looks a wee bit more complex. So we have some flowers here, composition this side, that side, doesn't matter, and then we add some sentiment. So this is a next step. Now another thing what I like to do is to back the die piece I have with another piece, and I'm having this another spellbinder die, fleur de lis, and have a look. If I'll back it up, I'm having a nice frame here, and I already cut myself a piece of the. Now here's my trick. If you would like to train yourself in a composition, this is what I was doing for a very long time. I cut all my frames in some spare cheap cardstock, and I had this pieces tackle with my dice, and whenever I was trying to make a card, I was grabbing 2-3 of them, and then I was like placing one on top of another and see, oh, am I happy as it looks better this way, or can I use these two together or not? So this is what I was doing for at the beginning, and this really helped me out because it saved me mistakes that I was cutting design paper, and then I was like, oh, I don't really like it, this frame is too large, it's barely visible, so there was no point to use the design underneath. So this is what I'm doing, like I was doing. Now I don't use it as much because I've already pretty much checked more or less the dice combination I like, and I don't need it to do it anymore. But this is my advice. If you're just learning, just cut yourself, even from a printer copy paper, just cut yourself a few frames and from your dice you're having, and you will be able to quickly see what goes with it and what you would like and you could use for the. I will be cutting the same frames in a design paper. I'm not gonna leave it white, it's just for a purpose of showing you. So as you can see, we have another step. We have our flower composition like somewhere here, and then sentiment. So well, it's looking lovely. Now my other thinking is when I'm creating a card, I'm just keep thinking what else I could do, and another thing I could do, and I have this leftover pieces from another project, is to add the circle. So I'm having another layer. So have a look, I'm having a circle, and then I'm adding my flower composition, and my card already have like 3 layers on top of it. Well, it's got a 5 layers: frame, a background piece, then 2 frames, and then a circle oval on the top of it. So as you can see, by adding more and more, you are creating that composition, and the final result will be that once you will add you build up your card, you will receive that wow effect. Rather than having a simple card, you will create something which is more advanced. And this is basically how I work. This is how I start making my cards, and all those big fancy projects with many comment I receive saying like, oh, it's such a lovely design, I would never do anything like that. You can do same thing as I am doing. It's just a matter of practicing, and I really encourage you all to just give a go, have a play, just mix and match. And what I did, as I said, I'm using those white frames just to check what I would like to do, and then let's start to make the card. So I want to have my frames, I don't want to have them white, and I will be using this dark paper. Especially for today's project, I grabbed my die cutting machine so I would not have to go back and forth 1,000 times. And let me think, I want to cut this bit from the dark piece, so that way if I'll glue it here, no one will see it, but I will have a lovely frame to go. I also choose something like that for my other frame, so I will be cutting this bit from this side. So that way, if I will put everything one on top of another, I will have this lovely, lovely design. And I'm also planning to use this bit because I want to have a lovely frame to go around this side. So I'm having this oval dies, and again, I could simply add this bit here and have it one layer, but if I'll back it up with a dark piece, I will have a nice dark piece which will be nicely composing with the dark frame I'm using over here. So as you can see, we add those layers, and this is what creates your card. Now, but because I want to save myself a cardstock, I need to make sure that I'm not gonna cut it wrong way, if you know what I mean. So if my card will be lying like that, and I will put my frame in the middle, I use other way around because I want to make sure that once I have it cut, no one will see it. There's a missing bit underneath, because that way I could, is that the size, proper size? Yes, would that be a size, or is that one the size? This is the actual size I use, so I should use that one. So if I'll use that, would that be sticking out from? I just want to make sure that if I cut it, it's not gonna be peeking through underneath my bit. Yeah, should be fine. Should be fine. So I'm just making sure I position it right. And this is my trick. You're just making sure it's right. And then I will cut it right in the center, making sure that this is the, how am I gonna place the card, and then this frame will go over it. So should it be fine. This should be fine. This should be fine. Have a look, let's check. Yes. So if I'll stick it right in the middle, I need some so I'm having all of that prepared. Oh, I need a little bit more of the tucking tape. And here's my trick. If you're using as tape, make sure you tape it on the side you don't need it. So if I'm want to have this nice piece like here, I'm not adding the tape to the inside part, because if I would tear the design paper, I rather tear it outside. The best thing to use is like this blue tape, but I don't have it. I'm using the masking tape. So I'm just gonna get back to you once I do all the cutting, because my cutting machine is kind of squeaky because it's old one. So I don't want you to have to listen all of us squeaking. Now have a look, my friends. We're taking it, we're having this layer, then we have this layer, and let me see, I'm just quickly getting rid of all those little bits which stay inside, and having that. But before we're adding that, we're having another one. cover the hole, adding the frame and adding the frame and adding the frame and frame. Ah, so have a look, my friend, how much more the composition has changed. Just a few more die cutting pieces, but we managed to create so many layers. So many layers, and I think it's just adding so much to the card, having the card being built up from the place we started, and we just had this simple composition. Now we can dress it up with the flowers or whatever we have, and have a look how beautiful the cards start looking. It's just amazing, it's absolutely gorgeous, and I think it's just, you know, something you can learn yourself. It just takes up a little bit of a time, and don't get yourself stressed if it's not gonna be working since very first minute. You just work on your composition. And now let me just quickly adhere it so we could move to our next step. I'm having a double-sided tape, I'm having this foam tape, and another trick, I'm buying this foam tapes in a hardware store. There is a little like sheets with the those foam squares you can buy of the craft store. Any craft store, they always have those like a little, like they are on a piece of paper, little squares, like dimensional foam pads, but they are expensive. I mean, they're not expensive if you're doing a card as a hobby, and you do maybe like once a week a card or something like that, that's fine. But if I'll do a cards every day and I'm using a tons of dimension, this is my place to go. I'm having them in a different like 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters, and as you can see, they come in this big like 25 or 50 meters roll, and I pay a fraction of the price I would have to pay if I would use those little squares. So that's another trick. Oh, there's a lot of tricks today, but it's all about the tricks, isn't it? We all here to learn. I am still learning myself, and many of you are like, sometimes I post a video, and even if I'm struggling with something, I could ask you, my friends, like, what's your tip? And you are always giving me some advice as well, which I am taking with all my heart, because I'm still on a learning journey. And even though I'm making the cards for 8 years, I am learning, and card making, crafting, scrapbooking, this is the area where no matter how long you can do it, you can do it over 20 years, and there is still something to learn. And it's more learn because every day there's a new products coming, there's more techniques to discover, and this is something which we always gonna be like learning. So but I find it good because it's something which keeps us occupied, and it's just lovely to have a hobby. And one thing I wanted to do, but I don't think I'm gonna be adding some sentiment. I've got this little die, but I don't think I will. Do you know what? This is it. I should thought of it earlier, and I didn't because I was busy focused on the talking with you. But if I would be moved that die cut piece at 1 centimeter up, I would manage to cut them both from the same size. Now I have to use additional piece of the cardstock, so it's not a big deal. I still got plenty cards, so that's not matter to me as much. Like, but just to let you know, if you will plan your design at first, you will have like think what I would like to use, what dies I could use. You will be able to save the cardstock, because I could easily put them both on a one card. It's just I forgot that I want to add the sentiment, and I want to have it in a dark framed as well. So that's another thing. Have a look before you start doing your card, before you do a first die cut. Make sure you have everything ready, because if you're not gonna be think your design as I did just now. Like I was just busy, like thinking of saying to you about the composition, that I missed the opportunity to have the you know, use up my cardstock well, because at the end of the day it all costs money. And even though I am now like a member of design team for the craft o'clock company, this is this gorgeous paper I show you, and even though I've got a plenty of their papers, and I'm still like like to save it, and it's not like I'm gonna be, you know, using them reckless and cut everything in the first month. I want to make the most of my papers no matter how much I have. And believe me, I have a ton of a paper. I do from everything, like you know, I have everything I have in my craft studio. The paper collection is the biggest one, and I have it, just to let you know, some of you may not know it, but years back ago, I think it was like eight maybe 7 years ago, when I was really into start going into the card making, and I knew this is something I want to do for my life. This is my passion, this is my everything. So I found this a truly amazing opportunity, because the in my little town, I live in the north of Scotland, and in my little town there was a lovely lady who was running the local craft store. However, she decided that she want to go on retirement, and she put a huge sign that she's got everything to sold out, and it's everything must go on her window. And I was passing that sign for a days, and it was days and days. And one day I was speaking to my husband, and he gave me encouragement, says like, oh, have a speak to the lady, say that this is what you want to do and you want to buy a little bit more, maybe she will offer you like some a good deal. And I finally found myself courage. I went there and I spoke to the lady. I showed her my artwork, and she was delighted with it. And she says this is opportunity she was waiting for, because at first she would have to sell everything to next to nothing and stay open for the next like 2-3 months. So she will have to pay additional rent for keeping the store open until she will selling everything out. And I just came to her in the right time, and for me it was a truly amazing opportunity, because I got such a good deal from her, and she gave me so much more than just the papers I bought. She gave me like a paper display cabinet. She gave me a couple extra bits as well. So I am forever thankful to her, because this really set me for making the cards, because as I'm saying, I've managed, thanks to her, I was able to have this big start in my life, with my, you know, with pursuing my dream, which is making the cards, and you know, make it as my way for living. Obviously this is not my I'm still having a work. I'm still working beside making my cards. I'm still working. And one thing I want to show you, I think what I'm gonna do, because I don't want to attach it to the card, because I'm having an idea to show you what you can do more. But let's pretend this is stick on a card to 6x6 basis. So I'm not gonna be gluing it yet, because I want to take it to the bigger card. But I want to have some dimension here. So what I'm gonna be doing, I will glue this bit here, this bit here, and then the one in the middle I will leave the backing paper. Is that working fine? Pretty much. Well, let me see. It's fine. I will be fine. I will leave the release paper on the middle one, because I want to keep in place. So here it is. I'm gluing my frames. I'm making sure it's nice and even. Is it nice and even? I can see it. Well, it's not as nice and even as I wish to. Now, this is why I like to add a drop of the glue to my foam tape, because that way it gives you a little bit of the flexibility. You can like move around a little bit. I'm sorry for my head if it's got in the way, but I really want to make this piece straight. Yeah, I think is that straight now? Yes, it's straight. So I could add the release paper back just so it's not bothering me too much now, but we'll be gluing it to a larger piece later on. But now I'm having this and I'm having that, and what I'm gonna use a thinner foam here as well. Woo. And let me just put my heat gun up. Oh, why isn't it working? Oh, switch turned off. Great. So I'm having that, and as you can see, it's nothing really difficult. It just takes up a little bit like idea to your project. You just have to think of like, oh, what I could do, what products and dyes I could use to make my card look like a little bit extra, you know, and have an experiment with those layers really, and that way you will be able to create some, you know, nice design, lovely design. And let me think, I'm just gonna be adding a few elements now. Do you know what, I think I should probably prepare my sentiment, because am I gonna have it on one side? Let's see, have a look like that. Now for the sentiment I've chosen, and of course I cannot find it because I'm having a mess here. I must tell you, I'm having such a big mess in my room that it need a proper swipe. I really need to clean up, but it's just I'm busy every day, and I'm always saying I'll clean up tomorrow. I have this which says catch a moment quotes, and I really like this one. Says enjoy life, or maybe follow your heart. I really love those sentiments because they're so like encouraging, and I really love this lifting, inspiring. So let me see. Enjoy life. What are you saying? Is it enjoy life will be nice, or follow your heart? You can do everything. You can do everything. I'll put you can do everything, because it's all about that you can do it, and you can do everything, my friends. You can do the card. If you just have a proper think and preparation, you can do it. So I'm putting this one, and that's gonna be our sentiment. I'll just quickly cut it. You can do everything. Great. I've got it here, and where's my scissors? It's here. But I don't want, again, I want to do something extra to make the card look even more special. And instead of a gluing sentiment like that, I want to back it up with something else. And I'm just thinking, shall I back it with dark or the teal one? I think I'll go with the teal paper. Where's that paper I used before? Let me see. I'm disorganized. Or there is, there you are. There is a chance I'm having, So I'm gonna do a partially die cutting with this one. because I want to have it framed nicely. And let me just show you that. How am I gonna do it? So stick my card, and here we go. I'm making sure I'm having enough space here for my sentiment, and I will use a piece of the masking tape. It's very easy with this kind of design, so I'm just cutting it as I need, as I would do normally. Well, it's not partial die cutting, it's just amending the die cut piece. So I'm having it like that, and it doesn't matter, don't get stressed about the other side because it's not as important. And now I can put my sentiment, see how much I wanted to keep the frame, let's say something like that. And then I'm taking a piece of a tape and I am taping it, and while I'm taping it, I'm making sure that this side is even. So you have to tackle the paper a little bit just to make sure that it's fit nicely and it's straight, so that way you will receive this nice die cut in design. And just make sure that you have enough room to fit your sentiment so it looks nicely. I think I'm happy with it, just like that. And now, oh, I need to take the sentiment out, and I'm just making sure by slightly wiggling the die cut piece, I'm making sure that it's positioned right, and then I am cutting it second time. Oh, I'm sorry for the noises because this machine is really loud. And have a look my friends, you can glue it on top and it's just perfect. It's just absolutely perfect. So we've got it here, and to get even more, I am just adding this distress ink or any type of the ink really to my edges, just to darken them up a little bit, teeny tiny bit. And once it's dry, don't attach it yet, just wait a couple seconds, give the time to ink to dry, because you could smear it on your other paper and you don't want to do that. But I'm adding the ink to my edges and I will have nicely framed, and again that will create another layer. So I'm leaving the sentiment for drying a little bit, and let me look what I could glue and where. So I want this piece to be attached here. I've already decided and I'm happy with it, so I'm gluing it. And I want another piece and another piece here. Yeah, still leave. They'll look nice. Let me see what else I'm having. What else I'm having, my friends? I have this bunch of the die cut pieces. Oh, I like this one better. Am I not? Or maybe that one. No, I have this one because I need the greenery, and then this green bit here. Perfect. Yes. Is that all right? Yes, that's fine. Maybe something here. I don't know. Well, anyway, I could just show you quickly. This is the die cut elements I've used. And look on that, this is gorgeous. These papers are absolutely amazing. And I'm not saying that I'm in their design team. It's just, I love them. I absolutely love them. And everything is so well composed, like color wise, that this is another thing you can use, like another trick. If you just learning and you want to make something nice, like really nice, the best thing will be to actually let yourself work on the ready made, like a just instead of you buying a tons of different products, this and that and that and that, just buy yourself, make an investment and buy yourself one collection, from like, you know, the whole collection, like a paper and die cut elements. Because once you do that, do I want it or do I don't want it? Because if you're gonna do that and buy a collection, you have this certainty that whatever you do, whatever projects you will start making, it will looks nice. And this is something also, you know, could help you out if you're just starting your journey and you're just learning. Then really the buying a collection will be a good idea, because it will show you how to work with the paper, and it's much easier to achieve the good element. Like, I don't have that trouble because I've already made so many cards that I could easily, like, you know, I've already made so many cards that I know like which paper color combine with what paper. Obviously it takes up a little bit time, and sometimes I'm still making those projects. Like from time to time I make a card and I'm just like, oh no, Marta, it's just, I don't know, I don't like it. And there are some projects which I finish and I'm really happy with them since the first minute. I'm not even like finished them and I'm already like, oh, I like it, I really like it. And then the other day I'm creating something and I'm not happy, I'm not happy, and I'm not happy. If you know what I mean. But we all get those days. And but if you will work with the ready collection, like if you will buy yourself collection from any, you know, any paper company, whenever they release the papers they always have some die cut pieces and things like that. And this is something I'm really telling you, it will help you to you know, or maybe this bit, no, it's too many, that's something like that. Nope. No, I'm just looking for the ideal piece. Maybe that one. No. Nope. Oh, I know, it's something like that. And then greenery and greenery. Never enough green, right. And then the sentiment, or maybe just leave it. I'll leave it blank. Do you know what, I cannot decide today. I'm having that day that I cannot decide for anything. Right, we have to glue it, because otherwise I'll be rethinking of it for the next 10 hours. And as you can see, I'm sometimes getting those moments as well that I'm not sure my work. Is it good? Okay, let me think, maybe this bit here as well, something like that. Well, I'm gonna be starting from gluing the sentiment, because that way I will see it, how it presents itself. So I'm just adding it. Oh, fall off. Right. I think it's getting darker. I hope the look. Have a look. Oh, I love it. I really love it. So let me think. I'm gluing this one here. I like to squeeze the flowers a little bit just to give them additional dimension. Do I need it here or that one here? And something little like this little flower, because I don't wanna cover too much frame, because obviously I've made it looking nice, I cut it nice to show, and I don't wanna cover it entirely, because it's not the point for it's not the point for cutting it nice and then cover it all with some bits. Right. So I want to have a piece of the tape here just to add dimension to my flower. And then I want to have this piece here. This is the first time I'm actually recording this, like, you know, live, because normally, well, not live, but I'm trying to record the video on one go, so I won't have to edit the video too much, and you know, just to I could just post it for you, because I'm getting more and more workload, and I'm trying to do everything, but at the same time I don't want to give up my videos, because I really like to create them for you and for myself as well, because as I said, I'm sharing my knowledge, but at the same time I am learning. I am so much learning from you, and even like preparing myself for the video, I'm making sure that I have, you know, what I could use, what I could show you, and sometimes like this is also stretching my crafting, because it what is it, what I'm trying to say, it motivates me to create a new, you know, content, a new videos and new techniques, so I'm not gonna be showing you over and over again the same thing. So I'm also growing thanks to you, thanks to you know, working on my YouTube channel. I am growing myself, and this is something I am really grateful to have, this lovely like life opportunity, because it's nothing better taste in a life than being able to do what you love and to create, if that's, you know, if that's your thing. I hope this is my thing. I mean, at least I like to think of it that way, that I love creating, and I'm hoping that one day it will become my only one job, because right now I'm still working, and I think I'm gonna need some brads here. Just give me a second, I'll just grab some. I've got the whole box which I received as a gift, and I need to sort them out, because everything is in one box, and I like to keep it like color coded, or in some more like organized form. However, I never have a time to do so. Oh, there's two identical. Would that be okay, or is it two small heads? I think I wanted something like that. Sorry, I'm not prepared, but this is something I thought, like a minute ago I thought of having the brad, and I'll just stop and I'll come back once I found it. Okay, so I'm back. I found the brads I want to use, and I'm having those two 31, and it's just a matter of securing them. I'm gonna be needing some tool. Oh, there it is. So I'm just securing those two brads. I don't know. Or maybe just without. I'm just gonna use a bit of a leaf here. Yeah, why not? Why not? Sorry, I forgot I was supposed to be talking louder, because normally when I'm crafting, I'm actually I'm actually listening to the audiobooks or things like that, or watch some other lovely crafter to create their own tutorials. Right, got we've got a you can everything right, so make sure it's nice arch, and voila, our card is ready. Now let me just quickly, I'll take it outside, I'll clean it up later, and this is how my cleaning in front of the camera looks like. I'm just pushing everything and then don't clean up later. So this is my card, and if I would glue it to the base, it would be looking like that. And it's lovely, it's nice. We can add some Nuvo drops or some kind of other bits, like other this type of embellishment, and that will be looking lovely. However, as I said, I want you to look on the card and make sure we can do everything like to make it look bigger, you know, more advanced. So I've got here, what I have in here, it's 8x8 base, and we could glue it, the card, skip that base, and we could glue it up here, and that will be looking lovely. It's nice, and instantly, first of all, this white border is lighten up the card, and secondly, you have the bigger card, and the bigger card, it's more like presentable. I mean, like the smaller card, it's nice, but if you give someone a bigger card, that will be like more wowy effect. But do not give it as plain. What I'm thinking is to get myself, I've got this piece of paper. I was experimenting with the background pieces, and I had it lying, so I just use it. I use some the embossing folder, and I create myself a lovely texture. And the embossing folder I'm having here, this is a creative expression embossing folder, and I don't have many of them. I think I have like 4 or 5 this A4 size embossing folders, and I really, if you have the bigger die cutting machine like I have, which will take A4, buy yourself 2 or 3 embossing folder, and do not buy those like a cheapy design just to have it like whatever more and more. Sometimes more doesn't mean better, because this one they were like you know, on a price point, they weren't the cheapest one, they weren't expensive as well, but this is the investment. And if you buy yourself, like I love that pattern, I really love that pattern. It actually, this is the right side as well, but as I said, I wanted to do it different way, so I just use it that way, and I love it. And once you buy something you love, you will be using it over again, and it doesn't matter because it's composing nicely, and you want to have those 2-3 staples, which will really make something pretty. And I'm not done yet. To make it even more interest, I want to use a bow. I have this lovely ribbon. Oh, this is dirty. Do you know what? I bought it on a sale and it was lying. I haven't even properly used it yet, but this piece, I can see it's dirty, so I will chop it off and maybe use it for something else when it's not gonna be showing as much. But I want to add some ribbon, and that will really makes the card pop as well. If we could do some nice design and have a look. I'm just adding it, and I'm thinking of adding a little bow on this side. Let me think, or shall I do it that way, like on a corner, or shall I do that? I'll do straight because I've got the composition on a corner. Then I do it straight like that, and again it's crease. I don't have a time to I'll use it for a bow. So if I'll do the bow first, I want to do it like that and like that. So I'm gonna be doing it like that. This is me making a bow from the larger piece, from the wider ribbon. I'm taking myself a piece I want to use, and I'm just making sure I've got it as size I want it. And once I'm having, I just chop that bit off a little bit. Sorry, I don't want to show it too much. I'm squeezing it in my fingers, making sure it's the way I want it. And I'm having the florist wire, and I'm just securing it. I'm twisting it, twisting it, twisting it until it's tight. And once I'm having it, I'm just using my tool to squish the wire a little bit to make it flat. And voila, my ribbon is ready. It's looking nice and it's even, and it's much easier, especially if you're having where's my scissors? I don't want to use this scissors because I'm only using them for cutting materials, so I'm just chopping the bits off. And voila, my ribbon is ready. And it's so much easier to do it and make sure the bow is nice, looking nice and straight. And have a look how cute it looks like and how much it adds. Oh, again, this ribbon is whole crease. Do you know what? I'm annoyed. I will have to iron it all. But as I'm saying, it was lying in a sale basket. So a second I've noticed the price, I was like, oh yeah, it's a very good deal, but it's all crease and I don't have much time to iron it. So now I'm gonna be doing that, and then I add the bow on this side. And what I could do, I could probably chop this bit off a little bit so it's not showing as much. Right, and then this bit here as well. Be careful, do not cut your ribbon in improper. Right. So let's do the last bit. And as you can see from the simple card, really simple card, we've managed to do a really advanced design. And it doesn't take a lot. You don't really, I mean, like you need to have a little bit of the equipment, but try to look what you have in your stash, like what type of a die cut dies you have, what elements, what color. Play with a different color. And as I mentioned in my previous video, the one with the wedding card, you really enjoy it. This is all about like you know, having the balance, the proper balance between the color scheme. You don't want to like make it too much, like too many colors, because if it's too busy, I rather have the card busy with the what am I trying to say? I rather have my card, is that straight? I can't see it. And I don't want to stick my head into the video. I rather have it busy with the elements, like adding more elements than adding too many colors. I rather keep it everything nice, settle. And also pastel colors, I think the pastel colors are the best. They just create such a lovely effect, and no matter what kind of a project you do, the pastel color will go well with everything. So we're nearly going to the end of the video, and I hope this is something you like, and please let me know what you think. And if the video is too long and you would like me to edit the video, make it shorter and just do less talk, do more work, just let me know. But as I'm saying, I'm trying to do something different here as well, because obviously I am having less and less time with all what happening. I'm also creating videos as well, and now I'm doing the videos. I will be doing some YouTube videos for the craft o'clock as well, but I want to keep my channel as well, because this is something I love, and I really like to share my project with you, because this is something I could learn myself as well, because every time I am preparing myself for the video, and you know, I'm trying to be creative as well to show you something different in each time. And lastly, now I'm gonna be doing a little bit of the foam tape here as well, so we could have this nice raised dimension. And now I'm just gonna add it to the all four corners. Just gonna do it quickly. I don't want to squish it too much because we have a nice composition here, so I'm just tearing it in my finger and just add it just like that. And now, so that way I'm having more dimension to my card. Obviously the projects like that, it will have to go through the mail in a box, in a greeting box. You could do that box yourself. I think I was showing you before in my videos, like some time ago I was creating a card and I was creating a box for it as well, but there is tons of the boxes. I'm doubling up this foam tape in the middle because I've already have it from the other design, so I don't want the middle part to collapse. So I'm just trying to make sure everything is nice and straight. And now I'm just gluing this bit. Oh, it's getting darker, unfortunately. I'm sorry, I should probably turn the light on, shut my blinds and turn the light on, but we're just finishing. It's the last bit. I'm just gonna attach it to my card, and I hope this is something like you enjoy. And please let me know what you think. And also if you're watching my videos and you subscribe to my channel and you would like to help me grow, please share my videos with your friends and anyone you could think of could be interested in, because once I will reach the certain level, I will be able to record live. So that's a huge help for me. I think the YouTube is actually requiring to have this 1000 subscriber. I'm still a long way. I'm still a long time on the way, but it would be lovely if I could just turn the camera on and create. So that would be lovely if you could help me to achieve that. It's not all about the likes, because I'm not creating the channel to, you know, have you know, a bazillion 10 million of subscriber, because it's not all about that. My main thing for the channel is to share my knowledge, to also learn from sharing it, because the best way to learn yourself is through the teaching. I think I'm gonna need some pearl, and I've got this blue one. I'll see if it's gonna be looking nice. Oh yeah, it will be looking nice, just as a finished touch. And yeah, but I would love to have this opportunity. I could record live, because as I'm saying, I would just turn the camera on and be with you rather than have to, you know, create the video and upload it. And yeah, so if you will share my video with your friends and family, that will really help me out. Right, let's glue it and have it done. Here we go. I'm just gonna squeeze it a little bit just to make sure. Oh, there we go. So this is how from the... Whoa, Marta, what are you doing? What are you doing, Marta? So this is how from the simple card, clean and simple card, we went to the difficult, like more advanced project. I hope you enjoy it and you can see how gorgeous all those layers are composing on a card. So thank you so much for being here with me, and I hope you enjoy it, and stay blessed, my friends. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.